Time getting those fires started in the celebration.
That's right. WRAL's Ken Smith is a safe distance away from the burning embers. He joins us live with fan reaction there on the Duke campus. Ken?
As you can see, the fans are very excited about what happened tonight. Call it really a tale of two halves. I'm going to try to talk. Hey, I need to talk to one of you guys. Hang on 1 second. Hey, hang on 1 second. When you guys were down in the first quarter of the first half, what went through your mind?
Oh my God, I was so scared, but I knew we would come back. I knew.
But I got it done. We got it.
I knew we would.
Hey, 1 second. All right. What does this mean for Duke fans now?
This means for Duke fans, always be confident in our game. It's better to win in the second half than to be in the first, but we won, and we won.
So there you have it. Let me tell you something. Everybody, as you can see, everybody is dressed up, they're painted down, and it seems like for this rivalry, everybody is a mascot. Take a look. The art of showing team spirit apparently starts with good paint.
It's good paint and it's dedication. You got to get everything, the legs, all of it, all the above.
Also, it appears landing the best seat in the house completes this canvas in blue.
I hadn't heard about it till I got here last year, but it's just so intense. I hate them. We hate them.
The intensity of this storied rivalry cuts both ways, but Carolina fans walking into Cameron Indoor Stadium, there was no welcome mat.
It's very intimidating. I've never been here before, so I didn't even realize how small it was, and walking up, we definitely got a lot of boos.
While Carolina's Kendall Marshall showed off his skills on the floor, his family was courtside, taking in the game-time atmosphere that is Cameron Indoor Stadium.
It's an exciting experience. You know, it's something that you hear about all the time. You see it on TV, but you never really get a chance to experience it in person.
The Duke-Carolina matchup is always a spectacle, and all characters are welcome.
This was an old Halloween costume, and it's just, you know, a bunch of crazies out here dressing all crazy. We got Top Gun guys out here. We've got all kinds of crazy stuff, and I just wanted to take part.
We're Cameron Crazies, and that's all you need to know. You just wear anything Duke blue that you can, anything Duke blue. You just want to represent in whatever way you can, show your spirit as much as you can.
Well, no doubt these fans shared all that energy with the Blue Devils tonight. They came back, and I'll tell you, as crazy as it is now, it was even crazier inside, because when you're inside Cameron Indoor Stadium, it's ear-piercing, the energy is actually palpable, and these fans have bragging rights until these two teams meet again next month. Back to you guys.
I'm not sure they're excited. I'm
yet.
not feeling it. Yeah, they still got
It's a shouting contest.
Oh, thanks so much, Ken. Well, the game is certainly over, but as you can see, the celebration is just starting in the quad.
That's right. Another look at the sea of Duke blue in the quad. Aaron Hartness is standing by live. Aaron?
Hey there, Gerald. What a game and what a night here at Duke. And of course, the celebration is just getting started in the traditional way they celebrate here at Duke with a bonfire. I'm going to step out of the way so you can see what's going on. Now, you may not be able to see it right now, but there is a fire that's going in the middle of all those folks. It won't take long for it to flare up. Believe me, we are always amazed year after year when we're out here and Duke wins at just how fast this thing goes up. And you can see one of the blue benches that we were talking about a little bit earlier. They're all over campus. They are never safe. Of course, one is being added to the fire right now. Now, I always have people ask me who are new to the area or not familiar with this tradition, hey, can students really do this? Do they get in trouble for setting this huge fire in the middle of campus on the quad? The answer to that is, of course, no. They actually have a permit to do this from the Durham Fire Department. There are 17 Durham firefighters out here right now just making sure things stay under control. And certainly Duke students have done this for years and years. This is a tradition out here, and they're always leaders out here kind of knowing what they're doing. We're amazed at how fast they get this thing going. I can tell you, before the game was even over, when I was standing here waiting to hear the outcome, I could hear cheers coming from the dorms. There were already folks out here gathering, just banking on the fact that Duke was going to pull this through and win this game, and you can see see, they are out here celebrating tonight, and this party out here just getting started. We will, of course, be out here all night, and we'll bring you more pictures later on when the fire gets going just a little bit better. Gerald?
All right, so if you get a little chilly out there, Aaron, just move a little closer to the fire. I imagine it's going to be pretty big pretty soon. Aaron Hartness.
That's the thing. People forget that Cameron only holds about 7,000 people, so all those other folks are coming from the dorms and elsewhere on campus, and maybe from other parts of the triangle.
20,000 people will be around that fire by the time we get over with this.
Well, you know, Carolina led much of the game, and people in Chapel Hill were on the edge of their seats the whole time.
That's right. The game was in doubt until the very end. WRAL's Tara Lynn is joining us live from Franklin Street, where the mood is a lot different. Tara?
That's right. I'm at top of the hill, and of course, fans, well, they left pretty quickly, but I have two that have stuck around with me. Kind of walk me through what they were going through during the game. We have two grad students. We have Bethany and Ted, and of course, a lot of excitement. Carolina dominated that first half. What were you thinking when we were going into halftime?
We were thinking this was going to be the redemption game. I mean, we're excited. They had an awesome first half, and we're expecting great things for the second game in March against Duke.
So always looking towards that next game. Of course, Duke came out pretty strong in that second half. Did you think that Carolina was still going to pull through?
I mean, we knew Duke was going to come out with a new game plan in the second half. I felt like we gave us easy points, but we stayed in the game. We stayed mentally tough. I felt like we grew a lot in this game, especially we got some really good space for Kendall. And once again, we get another shot in the Dean Dome. So.
And of course, we all remember we lost by about 32 points. The Heels did in Cameron last season, lost to them in both games. Did we redeem ourselves at all with this game?
Absolutely. I mean, we came out strong in the first half, and this place was going crazy. We were behind the team. But, tough things happen. Our team's new. We're ready to take them on in March. So,
of course, campus dominated by the news that we lost Larry Drew the other week. I think Kendall Marshall is filling in quite nicely. Where do you think we're going to go, the Heels are going to go for the rest of the season?
I mean, I think Kendall's doing a great job. This is, his second game as the man. He came out against Florida State and just dominated that game. So I think great things ahead for Kendall and Carolina.
All right, well, we've got Ted, Bethany grad students here. This place was packed with Carolina fans, and I will tell you, they were all holding on to the very end, thinking that Carolina was still going to be able to pull out that win. All cleared out now, so it's going to be a quiet night on Franklin Street. Gerald, Deb?
Almost happened.
First half and at times even in the second half, but I mean, we have a walking call when we're just trying to pass the ball to the top of the key. It's some of those kind of silly things, and don't attribute it to youth. I mean, I counted it up because I was bored on the bus coming over here. I mean, our starting lineup had played 6 games against Duke. Nolan or Kyle played more than that by themselves, but that's just an excuse. When you're bored, you got to start thinking of something, see if you can fall asleep. But we did have some poise at times. We got the ball where we wanted at times, but you can't turn it over and give them second shot opportunities against that kind of ball club. I mean, we miss a close one, and then the ball goes up, and then we foul the guy on the rebound. You got to have more maturity than that.
How do you think Kendall held up?
That was hard. I mean, we probably played 36, 37 minutes. I gave him 2 breaks. It was hard because Dexter's in foul trouble. We've, just stuff that's gone on. We haven't had time to even think about it. Working a third point guard in there to give us some options out there, but we're in the season. It's difficult to do those kind of things, but we've been practicing a lot shorter recently. I don't think that his mistakes or anything had anything to do with fatigue. I told him that Kyle played 20 minutes in the first half and he only played 18. Heck, he's a lot younger than Kyle is. He shouldn't have bothered him.
Anybody else play coach?
Trying to figure out why he didn't seem to get good shots.
It's called Duke's defense.
Yeah, defense.
That's what it was. I mean, we had a set play run to give Harrison a three-point shot attempt, and Kyle just did a great job and didn't even let him. I'm screaming, he's fouling him, we foul him. I don't know if he's fouling him. I just need to yell something to the official. But, I mean, that's what it is. I mean, they guard you. Some guys don't guard you as well, and you got to be tough enough to make great cuts, use the screens well, get solid screens, don't back out of them. But I think it was some inexperience on all of our guys, but it was more Duke's defense and us not being tough enough to execute the way we were supposed to.
Coach, thanks. All locker rooms open.
And that's Coach Roy Williams just wrapping up, giving a lot of credit to the Duke defense for his team's loss tonight.
Said they lacked poise in the second half, the Carolina team did.
Some turnovers and mistakes.
Yeah, waiting to hear from Coach K. We will certainly hear from him in this hour.
And they are still celebrating in Duke. At Duke, there on the campus, and that bonfire is going strong. We just saw a huge bench, which they really build specially to burn on nights like tonight. The locker rooms.
And we're going to go back to the quad. We're going to have a fireside chat from Erin Harkness. She's standing by live, and we'll have her in just a minute. Jubilant Duke Blue Devil fans right out there by the quad and the bonfire. Erin?
No kidding, Gerald, and they're excited, particularly the ones who went through what you just mentioned, the camping out just to get tickets to get in that game. For a while there, they weren't sure they were going to have this bonfire, particularly in the first half, so these fans are just thrilled with this. You can see the bonfire going on there behind me. You can see the blue benches that are around campus, one of them burning there on top. This will be burning, we are sure, well into the night. Now, joining me now, two fans who were lucky enough to be in the game, John McDaniel and Alex Kent. First of all, tell us, what was the atmosphere like in there?
Oh, it was fantastic. There were people screaming, jumping up and down. It was the loudest I've ever heard it. It was really hot. It was very intense.
And during that first half, what was going through your mind when Carolina appeared to be so dominant?
Oh, it was trouble. I've seen us go down in the first half, just a few weeks ago against St. John, and we couldn't make the comeback. We're a great team when we hold the lead, but coming from behind, I didn't see it happening. So it was great when we started off the second half so strong.
Yeah. Alex, what was going through your mind during all the game?
So the first half, absolutely what John said. It was a very nervous experience. It seemed like they were dominating, and there was really no stopping. And the second half, we came back, and it seemed like our game plan turned around. And, we were dominant from start to finish in that second half. It was fantastic.
You and I were talking a little bit earlier. You're a pretty lucky fan. How many Duke Carolina games have you been to?
Yeah, so I've been actually to the past 4 Duke Carolina games in these past 4 years that I've been here. And this was, without a doubt, the craziest, most fun game that I've been to, Duke, UNC, or otherwise at Cameron.
Tell us why. I mean, what was it about this game?
It was the drama of having to come from behind, the excitement of the crowd, everything just came together for this game, and yeah, I mean, it was fantastic.
All right, very good. Well, thank you both very much for standing out here in the cold with me to talk to me about this. We really appreciate it, and congratulations on your big win. Of course, the bonfire here going strong, will be burning well into the night, we're sure. They have the bonfire permit to do this. 17 firefighters here monitoring, making sure things stay in control here, but certainly the party continues here at Duke. Back to you guys.
You gotta think that having the Cameron Crazies on your side probably will Duke to win and come back in that second half for sure. Thanks, Aaron.
Let's take you courtside to some of the key moments of the contest. One-time Duke recruit Harrison Barnes makes his Cameron debut for North Carolina, and he knocks in his first shot of the game. Things could not have started any better for North Carolina, getting to the basket anytime they wanted. Duke's defensive pressure was non-existent in the first half, and the Tar Heels take command. Kendall Marshall, Leslie McDonald, Heels up 11. Duke does all it can to get the lead under double digits behind Nolan Smith. But North Carolina just constantly beats Duke to spots all over the court and lead by 14 at the half. It was a less than comfortable Duke locker room at halftime, and the Devils respond, beginning the second half on an 8-0 run, cutting the deficit to 6. Cameron's going crazy, but so is Tyler Zeller, manning the post like it's his personal property. But Duke's offense turns to a 2-guard scoring rotation, with Nolan Smith and Seth Curry knocking them down. Curry on a personal 9-0 run to tie the game at 54. Duke takes its first lead. Ryan Kelly, 3-ball corner pocket. He's got it. And then Nolan's rolling to an old-fashioned three-pointer. The Devils are up 5. The glaring stat of the second half. Duke outscores North Carolina 50-30 to take their third straight from their neighbors, 79-73.
Stadium for you.
Well, let's go back out to the bonfire. Here they are in the quad, still burning those benches, and I think the crowd keeps growing. It looks like more and more people you can see are walking up to the sidelines to get a front row seat of that bonfire.
Yeah, Greg, I think the temperature in Durham is probably 5 degrees warmer than it is in the rest of the area because of that bonfire burning out there in the quad.
No doubt that's going to delay the arrival of the snow.
Live coverage of whatever winter weather we get overnight on our morning show and WRAL.
And as we close out watching Duke's bonfire, let's tell you that Elizabeth Gardner will have the latest on how much snow we'll see in the morning. And Brian Schrader will be monitoring all 120 traffic cameras to tell you what you can expect for your morning commute. That live coverage on WRAL starts at 4:30. The live bonfire, as we're looking at that. Duke, congratulations. Have a good night, everyone.